Notch smartphones have become so popular in the Android space that many companies are relaunching their previous generation devices with a notch design. You're watching India Today Tech, I'm Rahul Sethi, and let's take a look at the cheapest notch phone, the Realme 2, successor to the Realme 1 but with a notch display. Let's talk about the good things on the Realme 2. Of course, the design is the foremost. The Realme 2 is quite a good looking phone. The red variant we received looks quite dashing. You also get this phone in 2 other colors, but what's new is that the diamond pattern is available on all 3 variants, which was only limited to 1 variant on the Realme 1. If you like the notch and don't want to spend the world for it, the Realme 2 comes out to be a great option. But more than that, the 2 benefits that you will get from this design is that first, the notch design allows it to pack a big 6.2-inch display in a not so big form factor. And second is that Realme 2 is quite a slim and light phone. We have seen phones in this category, or the Redmi Note 5 or even the Asus Zenfone are thick and bulky phones. Despite packing an over 4000 mAh battery, the Realme 2 doesn't really look like a hefty one. Also, the curved corners and rounded edges give it a very comfortable grip. Finishing on the paint and the glass back give it a very slippery feel. Anyway, second thing is a big battery. You get a 40-30 mAh battery on this device, which is quite huge, and you'll be able to get a decent runtime on this. The phone, for one, doesn't have a high resolution display to power, and secondly, the chipset is also a very lower and power efficient one. So the battery consumption is also inherently low. We got over a day of battery backup on this device, and considering the 6.2-inch size, it's quite phenomenal. Next, the face and fingerprint scan on this device is also quite fast. We showed this in our unboxing video as well, and the fingerprint scanner works in a blink of an eye, unlocking the phone before you'll even know it. And we can't really say the face recognition is less secure because there is an option in the menu that allows you to prevent the face unlocking with eyes closed. Although it's nothing very great, it makes the Realme 2's face recognition slightly more secure than many other Android phones that would unlock even with your eyes closed. And the last and greatest part about the phone is cameras. You get a dual camera setup at the back of Realme 2. The main sensor gets you good photos in good light conditions, though it's nothing out of the segment, but you do get very comparable shots. We compared the photos taken from Realme 2 with the Redmi 5, which has almost a similar price tag. You'll see the Realme photos have sharper outlines, are overall brighter compared to the Redmi 5 photos. Also in low light, you'll see it does a better job. Though colors are slightly oversaturated, I would say the Redmi 5 was closer to the actual color, but if you see the overall photo, the one taken from the Realme 2 looks better. The front camera on the Realme 5 is also nice. It's not bad for the price. If you compare it with the Redmi 5, though standalone, it's not a very great camera. You'll get better details and lesser noise compared to the Redmi 5 photos. In the video department also, it's quite average. Nothing major. You don't get shake reduction, so you have to keep your hands very steady, and the video quality is limited to 1080p. But again, at this price, it's not very disappointing. Now these were the good things about the Realme 2. Now let's take a look at what's not so great. Now first of all, Realme has downgraded the display on the phone to give you a notch on it. So even if you compare just the specs, the Realme 2 has a downgraded display, and that is surely visible while you're watching videos or playing games. It's not as vivid or punchy as the Realme 1. Though we said this on a quick review as well, and we also added that the brightness levels are slightly better, but yes, overall you lose out on good amount of details. Though if you compare with many other phones in this price segment, they still have a 720p display. The Redmi 5 is a good example. But one more thing that Realme downgraded on this phone is the chipset. You get a Snapdragon 450 with 3GB of RAM and 32GB of storage. Snapdragon 450 is a step below the Helio P60 that the Realme 1 had, and because of that, the performance takes a hit on this device. Though you won't feel too much while you're generally using the interface or until you're not heavily multitasking, it is easily visible while you are gaming on the phone. You'll see there are frame drops while you're playing games like PUBG, and most of the games would run in their lowest graphic settings. Although if you're playing simple games, you won't feel that much of a stutter. But yes, the overall software experience on the Realme 2 is not that great. On the Realme 1, the trade-off was you get better performance and better chipset. And now with that gone on the Realme 2, you're left with the same old software, a heavy skin on the Android 8.1 Oreo that will require a lot of patience. You'll see there are a lot of third-party apps that keep pushing notifications. Some of them you cannot discard, and the app animations are quite buggy. Also, most of the interface upgrades are taken from iOS. which looks a bit cheap. And one more thing that the phone really needs to take care of is the notch optimization. I said this previously as well, though while the notch display is a great thing on this phone, it's not properly optimized for the software. Especially while using the phone in the landscape mode, you'll see the notch doesn't have a black bar to hide it, and the apps are extended to the notch area, so you'll see some of the content gets chopped off. So should you really buy the Realme 2? I think unless you're hell-bent at buying a notch phone in the under 9,000 rupee segment, the Realme 2 can be skipped for a better phone. Like the Honor 9N has a much better notch implementation, has a much handy grip, and above all a much better display to go with. Or even the Asus Zenfone is a much better option that gives you better chipset, so overall delivering a better performance, has a much better battery, a full HD display and stock Android interface for a much better overall experience. Xiaomi is also expected to launch Realme 6 in the coming months in a similar price segment that is expected to have a notch display. Though it's all in the rumors and nothing can be said for sure right now, you might want to wait if you are looking for a better option. Do let us know what you think about the Realme 2 in the comment section below, and if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel to get latest videos on smartphones and technology like this. Thank you for watching.